What's up, boys? It's Dual Factor once again with another video, and this time I'm going to bring you my Indianapolis regional report. This weekend we went there, we played Dinosaur, Thunder Dragon, Dino Thunder, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I was actually doing really good. I was X1 through 4, but unfortunately, through a series of unfortunate events, which I won't get into detail about, we had to leave early. So that was unfortunate. Because I really think I actually could have topped 8, because everything was like Thunder Dragon and Sky Striker, and this deck honestly shits on those two decks. But I digress. I figure I'd go ahead and show you what I was playing. I might actually continue exploring the option of playing this deck, because I think it's really good against the meta right now. But yeah, enough about that. We'll just go ahead and get into the deck profile. So for the main deck, it is 44 cards, which was kind of weird for me, but you kind of have to play because there's just not enough deck space at 40, but we played 2 Conductor Tyranno. You only really need 2. The card's insane. It just sucks opening multiples. Those are the only games I lost is where I opened multiple big dinos, but he's insane. He clears Thunder Dragon boards. Sky Strikers don't really have an out to it, especially because it's so big, and like they have to waste their Widow Anchors on it and take it, and that's the only way. He's just ridiculous. That's all there is to it. 2 Overtext Quaddulus. It's what you send to search the pill and get all your combos started. Plus, it's really good to go into turn 1, especially blind, because then they can't just randomly blast you away with any random spell. So that's really cool. 3 Oviraptor. It's either this or Armageddon Knight was honestly the best card in my deck. It literally just gets all your plays going. You summon it, you send, get the pill, add, like, it has so many purposes. For the 1-of dinos, we played 1 Giant Rex, combos really well with Pill and Gold Sark. Miscellaneous Source. I'm not playing Jerick Alo. The only reason I even play this is because it's a searchable form of interruption against the Thunder Dragon matchup. Because not only do you have Conductor, which interrupts Titan, but this can also interrupt Titan because it's a quick effect and it's chainable. So that was like the big thing that made it real important. Plus, it made it to where you could discard it and they couldn't Widow Anchor your card, so that's really good too. And then 1 Prankertops. This card was glued to my hand, but the theory behind this is it's searchable in this deck as an Oviraptor, and out probleming at Floodgates. It did come up a couple times where my opponents had Floodgates. I actually had an Iron Wall flipped on me, which was really weird. But it outed the Iron Wall. It outed... Oh, what was it? I'm trying to think of the matchup it was, but... Like I said, it just outs problematic cards, and like I said, it's searchable. The only thing I hate about it, it was glued to my hand. Oh, it also applies additional pressure because you can summon it for free, and it's a 26 body, so keep that in mind. And that's it for the dinosaurs. On to the Thunder Dragon cards. We played 3 Dark. This was the best one. Like I said, you just quick effect, add a copy of itself whenever it's managed, adds any Thunder Dragon. It adds any Thunder Dragon card. And adding any Thunder Dragon card was actually really incredible because it could just put fusion to your hand. You could just make really big board turn 1, so there's that. And then a lot of people play this differently. I played 2 Hawk and I played 2 Roar. It actually came up a lot that you need 2 Hawk because there'll be some games where you're just playing it and then they clear your monsters, or they'll clear your board and you just need to be able to reestablish it, and Hawk lets you do that. Roar's really good. I want to play 3. The only problem is when you open multiple copies of it in your hand, it's not very good turn 1. Because what you want to do is you want to either Gold Sark it or you want to double Evolution Pill it, and you have a lot of access to it through all, because your deck's like infinite starter cards. So that's the ratio on that. I wouldn't change the Thunder Dragon lineup, honestly. I thought it was really good this way. And then other cards, we play 3 copies of Armageddon Knight. It was either this card or, like I said earlier, Oviraptor was the best card in my deck. I think this was, because it's a gateway to... The way I was explaining to my buddy, it was like when you were playing Shaddoll and you were playing Mathematician. It is a gateway to every single card in your deck. The Mathematician was essentially any Shaddoll monster. When you have the Clown Ninja, it was any Clown, etc., etc. Whereas the Armageddon Knight, it's access to any Thunder Dragon monster, or it's access to any Dinosaur, and that's a huge play. And that, like, it's... I could speak volumes about this card, but it's also going to be another victim of Firewall Dragon not getting banned, so there's that. Enough of throwing shade. For the hand traps, for the monster hand traps, we played 3 copies of Ash. It's the best generic one. Ending on having one of these in hand backed by a Conductor on field and Colossus just is insane and unfair. 3 copies of Ghost Spell. This card was actually really good for me. It stops. There's a lot of interactions that you just don't think about that this card can stop. And that was it for the monster lineup. On to the spells. We played 3 copies of Gold Sark. This card's insane right now. That's all I can really say. It speaks volumes for it. 3 copies of Fossil Vig. It's just basically 3 additional copies of Conductor, Oviraptor, anything you can really think of, honestly. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill and 2 copies of Allure Darkness. This card's insane, but it breaks at 3 copies, honestly, and you have infinite access to it, because, like I said, you have infinite starter cards. 2 copies of Allure, you have 13 Dark Monsters, and you get additional effects popped off through Thunder Dragon, so there's no reason not to play it. And 2 copies of Called by the Grave. I just think it's really good right now. And then for the 1-of spells, 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion, card's insane. 1 Rhoda, it's just another Armageddon Knight. And Foolish, because it's just another way to get your Ultimate Conductor and via a Double Evolution Pill. And then we played 3 traps, which was my final 3 hand traps in the main deck. We played 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. I think it's really necessary to play right now. When you're going second against Thunder Dragons, if you don't draw a way to summon Conductor Tyranno via like Evolution Pill or just being able to set your graveyard up, you need to be able to turn their Colossus off so you can use your search cards to break their board. So that's why I thought it was necessary to play at 3. So that was, like I said, that's the main deck. It's 44 cards. It's a little weird for me, but there's just, you don't have enough room in 40 to play everything that you need to play that I think that's required for this format right now. And it honestly, it helps prevent bricking because of the bigger deck size. You're less likely to see like Garnets in your hand. So there's that. We'll show my extra deck. You know my boys are always on top. And then for the Fusion Monsters, we played 2 copies of Colossus. So this is the first event I actually got to play this card, and I knew in theory it was really good, but like in actual like practice, like this card's like so oppressive, it's unfair. Like you have a 26 beater with Wee Witch's Apprentice out on the field, it comes out at 31. Your opponent just can't search. They have to wait, and then like in the Sky Striker matchups, they have to waste they have to like straight draw Widow Anchor and Permanence to even have a chance of playing. Because if you drop like, there was one game where like my hand was like super subpar, and the only thing I could do was drop a Colossus. But when I dropped the Colossus, it completely bricked my opponent's hand because they just had like multiple engages and stuff like that, and they just didn't draw out to it, and like it was insane. 1 Titan. This could change. This card was like insane for me all day, and I could honestly see myself playing more Thunder Dragon Fusions because of it. So that might be something that we explore. But for the event, I played 1, and like I said, card's insane. You just Thunder Dragon Fusion your Colossus back when they clear and continue to play. For the rank 4s, we played Logia. I didn't think I was going to make this, but I bricked really hard one game, but I noticed my hand could still end on Logia Conductor. And we did that play, and it got me there in one game, so that's relevant. 1 Tornado Dragon. This is really good in the Striker matchup. It hits you multi-rolls and stuff, so like you need to play it. And then, this is kind of a saucy card. I played Super Dreadnought Railcan and Gustav Max. So for those of us who can't count, especially this one Dino player that I was playing, when you have a Conductor on field and a Titan on board, those just so happen to be level 10. So you can overlay them to make Gustav Max after your opponent was talking shit because he was up in life and time when he had 4,000, I had 2,500. You make this after he decided that he was going to offer you a handshake, burn him for 2k to put him 500 less than you, and then you offer a handshake. So there's that. And then on to the extra deck. 2 Cherries targets in Ace and Shizuku because we were playing Cherries. 1, I can never pronounce his name, so I'm not going to butcher it on the camera. It comes up because sometimes you have combos that you don't want to put Wee Witches on board because Titan gets decreased by that, and there's that. 1 Underclock Taker. This and Conductor is game. 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice to make your guys really big when you go for Wombo combos turn 1. 1 Phoenix. 1 Unicorn. Another Cherries target and Firewall, and when you have the opportunity to kill your opponent, you can put that on board. Then on to the side, we play 3 copies of Cherries. Yeah, it's just a generic hand trap, never saw it, but I'm pretty sure it would have put in work. I mean, taking Shizuku's away from your opponents and Kudars is really good. And then for the Thunder Dragon matchup, if you take away their Titan, they can't recycle their Fusion Monsters, and that's really good. 3 copies of Twin Twister. We're just using this to clear back row, mainly against Altergeist and Sky Striker. Altergeist is actually a really annoying matchup, so you need to have that on here. 3 copies of Mind Control for Thunder Dragons and whatnot. You can just take their Thunder Dragon and use it to turn into your own Colossus, and that's really cool. 3 copies of Red Reboot. Like I said, Altergeist is a really annoying matchup for you. And then 3 copies of Evenly for the chance I play a shit ton of Rogue. And that was my regional report for this Indianapolis Regional in November 2018. Always remember to like, comment, subscribe if you have any questions. Feel free to comment. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I tend to try to answer every question that you guys give me. Like I said, I'm probably going to continue playing this build because I think it's better than the pure Thunder Dragon build or the Brilliant build. Well, I don't think it's better, but I think it's more practical because Conductor can clear a lot of things that a lot of decks can't get past. But we'll see. I'm going to try out the Brilliant build. I'm going to bring you a profile of that as soon as I find my Jedi Amber, maybe a pure build, so on and so forth. But like I said, I'm really excited for this deck in particular. I hope the format does get a new list soon so that way we're not stuck playing infinite FTKs and whatnot. But always remember to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching.